Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show. Well, we have a new credit card in town, the US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards, which, like we said in our previous video before the card was released, it could be a game changer, but now it has actually been released and we know more about it and we can make a more full assessment. Now, if you don't know, this card competes in the very popular category, which I like to call rotating category cards, although realistically not every card has categories that rotate anymore, but traditionally, that's what it was. And this category features cards such as the Chase Freedom Flex and the Discover It card. Now, like we said, most of these cards have categories that change each quarter where you earn 5% cash back on up to usually $1,500 worth of spending for the quarter, and then it goes down to 1%. Now, this new US Bank credit card shares similarities and some differences with that. We're going to tell you all about those in this video. But first of all, have you hit the subscribe button yet? Why not subscribe so you never miss a video on all the best deals in credit cards and personal finance? Just go ahead and do it. All right, thanks a lot. All right, so the US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards. First, we'll look at the card itself, then we'll look at the welcome bonus, and then we'll look finally at how to get approved for it. So first of all, the main selling point of this card is that it earns 6% cash back on up to $1,500 in spending per quarter from 2 retailers that you choose from this list. You can see it includes some favorites that probably a lot of people shop at, like Target and Walmart. There are some home improvement stores in there. There's also Macy's, which might come in useful for Christmas gifts. And you choose your retailer each quarter. So in a normal quarter, maybe you go for either Walmart or Target since you do your grocery shopping there. Then coming into the 4th quarter of the year, the holiday season, you might want to buy your Christmas gifts at Macy's, so you choose Macy's. And then coming out of winter, coming into the 3rd quarter of the year, the spring quarter, sometimes people do home improvement projects in the spring, so you might want to choose those home improvement stores for your categories. And that's just one example, guys, of how you can use it. Obviously, everyone's spending habits will differ. Now, in addition to the 6% categories, there are also 3% categories where you have another $1,500 worth of spending per quarter that you can earn 3% on. And this is an everyday category, which includes wholesale clubs, gas, EV charging stations, bills, and utilities. So you choose one of these each quarter too. And then after you've spent $1,500 in this 3% category and also $1,500 in the 6% category, the cashback goes down to not 1%, but 1.5%. And that's a better rate than most competitor cards. And this card, by the way, also earns 1.5% on all non-category spend and 5.5% on prepaid hotels and car rental reservations through the US Bank Travel Center. But there is one caveat, and that is that this card has an annual fee, which is unusual for a rotating category card. Now, it is free for the first year, but after that, it will cost you $95 per year. So if you max out the quarterly categories for the year, that means you get 6% back on $6,000 worth of spending, okay, 4 quarters added together, and that would be $360. Then if you max out the 3% categories as well, you get 3% back on $6,000 worth of spending again, and that works out at $180 in cashback. So added together, that's $540 in cashback per year. Plus, you'll probably earn more because you'll probably spend at 1.5% in the non-category spend, but we won't add that in for now. Then if you deduct the $95 annual fee, assuming that you're not in the first year, that would be $445 in positive value off of $12,000 in spending. Now, on the Chase Freedom, for example, you get 5% back on $6,000 worth of spending for the year in their rotating categories, which works out at $300. Now, if you were only going to spend in the 6% category on the new US Bank card, the Chase Freedom would actually work out better because you don't have the annual fee. So it'd be $300 in cash back on the Chase Freedom Flex versus $265 in cashback, which is what you get after you deduct the annual fee on the US Bank card. But since the US Bank card has that additional everyday 3% category, and it's pretty broad with things like utilities in there, which most people don't even have a card that gives them a bonus rate on, I think a lot of people may actually be able to max out both the 6% and the 3% category, making it worthwhile. So those are the numbers, guys, and you can work it out yourself to see whether the Chase Freedom Flex or the US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards comes out better for you. But also remember, in the first year, there is no annual fee, And there is a welcome bonus too, and we'll tell you all about that in just a second. But first of all, if you're looking for a convenient way to keep information about all of your credit cards in one place, you got to try the app Max Rewards. We've been partnered with them for a long time. It's a great app and it enables you to pool data on all your cards, even if they're from different issuers, in one easy to use dashboard. You can see your transactions, your balances, your points and miles or cashback balances, credit utilization, even your credit scores. Everything's there. The app will also tell you which card to use in which spending category and at which local merchant to get the maximum rewards rates. And if you get the pro version of Max Rewards Gold, it'll even activate credit card offers and quarterly categories for you so you never miss a deal. You can get a free month of that with my link below, or just download it and check out the free features. So this card has a welcome bonus, which is $250 for spending $2,000 in the first 120 days from account opening. Now this is a high spend requirement, but you get 4 months instead of the usual 3 months to do it. So that works out at just $500 a month. And if you are trying to max out the 6% categories, you're going to be spending $500 a month on the card anyway. Now, if you're interested, the bonus works out at 12.5% cashback on the $2,000 in spend. And that's a reasonably middle of the road average rate for a welcome bonus. Now, since there is a welcome bonus and the first year annual fee is waived, we do get quite an attractive first year value out of this card. You get $540 in cashback for maxing out the 6% and 3% categories, then $250 for the bonus, for a total of $790. So in my opinion, this card is definitely one that's kind of a no-brainer just to try out and see how much value you can get out of it in the first year, because there's a bonus, there's no annual fee, you're not going to lose anything. And then you can actually do the math at the end of year one and figure out whether it's going to be worth it for you once the annual fee hits in year two. And there's actually a calculator on US Bank's landing page for this card where you can key in all your numbers and work out whether it's going to be worth it for you. So you don't even need to do a spreadsheet or anything like that. Just hop over to their website and you can use this calculator. Now, what about getting approved for this card? What credit score do you need? Well, since the card came out like yesterday, or maybe the day before, there's not really any data points for it yet, at least not many that I could find. Maybe in some far-flung corner of Reddit there's someone talking about it. However, if you compare it to sort of similar range cards like the US Bank Cash Plus, etc., you probably need a credit score of around 700 or more to get approved for this card. Oh, and there's one more feature that I forgot to mention, and that is that the US Bank Shopper Rewards Visa card has an LED light embedded in it that lights up when you make a contactless payment. I'm guessing the LED is the US Bank logo in the center. That's probably why they added outer glow to it in the Photoshop mock-up. Okay, I was kind of laughing about that before. Now, I don't know about you, but I never use contactless payments, or almost never use contactless payments in the US. When I go over the UK, I see everyone doing it. Everyone is using contactless. It's like their go-to method of paying for stuff. But in the US, I don't know, people just don't do it on that big of a scale. I guess because in some places they still even swipe, you know, in places that value quickness, and in places that are a bit slower, you just use your chip and it's all good. I don't know. But anyway, that's the way they do it in the UK and a lot of Europe. Perhaps this is something to entice people to do it more in the US. It's like, oh, you use contactless. Woo, you get to see a little flashing light light up. Okay. They think people are that simple. It's almost Neanderthal in the level of simplicity. But anyway, guys, do check out the sponsor of this video, Max Rewards, in the link below. You can check out also my credit card guide with my top picks that does include a few cashback cards that compete with this card that you might be interested in looking into, like the Citi Custom Cash, Chase Freedom Flex, etc. Link for that is below as well. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.